Oh, it's a beautiful autumn day here in New York City. The leaves are starting to turn and we are on the hunt for the best fall foliage in New York City. I'm going to save the most obvious one for later this week, which is Central Park. That's the most obvious place to see some fall foliage, but I really like this area, Lower Manhattan. There's specific neighborhoods where you see amazing fall foliage. So join me, I'm Ariel, and this is Urbanist. But before we go, I have a fall treat. The name is right there in the front, and I'm always curious on what is the flavor of the month for the cronut. Hey, welcome everyone, nice to see you here. So, as I mentioned, these videos in New York until my next destination, which should be very close by, is going to be relaxing videos. So here we're taking our sweet time, enjoying New York City kind of in a different lens. So if you want to see action-packed history centered videos, you can watch my replays that I've been doing for the past 2 years. I'm always curious, but here now we're doing these videos where it's kind of just we're day in the life in New York City. One thing I really enjoy of this area in New York City, in Soho, is Dominic Ansel Bakery. They're known for their cronut. And I've featured the cronut many times, but what I like is every single month they have a new flavor. And I'm always curious what is the autumn flavor. Usually they do something pumpkin based, but this time they did something different. So let's eat the autumn flavor of the cronut. November. They change the flavor every single month. And I love the box that they have here. Hey Mark, hey Ronald, hello Wendy, hello George, nice to see you here, hello Cynthia. All your videos are amazing and wonderful. You never get bored. I'm so glad to hear that, yeah. I've realized that people do enjoy this kind of relaxing style of content, more kind of day in the life style. So yeah, I'm glad I could provide that to you, all of you. Now I'm really hyped for this. I really love cronut. This is the best pastry ever invented, in my opinion. It is utter perfection. It's the combination of two great New York City treats, or two great pastries. We have the Parisian croissant and we have the New York City donut. And those two treats have been combined together here in the city that never sleeps, I think about 6 years ago at this point. A little bit more, 7 years ago at this point, into the perfect combination. Let's try this out. Wendy says, it looks tasty. Love these spontaneous, relaxing videos. I'm so glad you do. Sil, that's so awesome to hear. Let me know if you're enjoying these spontaneous, relaxing videos. Let's try this out. Wow. Oh my God. Can you guess what this flavor is? Mater says cronut. Cronut. Can you guess what this flavor is? I had an immediate assumption when I went into the bakery. I thought, oh no, they're doing that flavor for autumn? My assumption was that this flavor was that we're doing a summery flavor in the middle of autumn. Just did not feel right. But I was shocked when I actually read the flavor. Ronald says avocado. No, not avocado. My assumption was that this was key lime pie. Mustafa says kiwi. Very close, yeah. I thought this was key lime pie, which is like, why are you doing this for autumn? But no, it's not key lime pie. No, it's not mango. That also would be very summery. Peach will also kind of be more spring. flavor. Maple, there's no maple involved in here. This is not key lime, not kiwi, not avocado. This is green apple. It's green apple flavor with a butterscotch filling. Luckily, it's not mint. Ooh, mint would be weird. I would not want a minty cronut. But yeah, green apple butterscotch filling. Oh, wait a minute. That is so interesting. So, I'm kind of thrown off by the flavor in a good way, because I'm so used to apple pastries here in the US. Apple pie, apple turnover. There's a huge list of apple-centered pastries. Let me know, what's your favorite apple pastry? But usually they use red apples and they use red sweet apples. Green apple, when you bite into it, especially a very good one, and New York is known for its apples, it has a very particular taste to it. As a little kid, I really didn't enjoy it, but you know, it's kind of an acquired taste. This tastes literally like a green apple. And of course, because they use natural ingredients. So you know when you're having fun when the squirting starts with the cronut. When you eat so much that the squirting starts. Oh, I love it. Butterscotch goo. Amazing. Dutch apple pie, says Robert. I guess he's going to stick with Samsung. George. I don't use Samsung. I use Apple. Apple crumble pie. Me neither. Mint is only meant for tea. Yeah, I prefer my mint in my tea or cocktails. I agree with you. Hey, Malaki. Mater puts the mind blown emoji. Hey, Maureen and Kay. Pistachio. That's a good guess. Pistachio. I'm not sure if pistachio is in season. I think pistachio is a summer thing. But in America, I think it kind of would fit. Marina says, I'm drooling. Yeah, well, look at all these layers. Oh my God. Look at all that. So everyone, today's broadcast is dedicated to Joe. Joe has been a hardcore viewer for, I think, almost 2 years at this point. He's a fellow New Yorican, which means a Puerto Rican based in New York. He's going through a bit of a tough time. He hasn't been able to watch, and a friend reached out telling us of this tough time. So everyone, give him a huge round of hearts. Massive, massive round of hearts. The biggest ones you can give. The circumstances are pretty serious. So I want to dedicate this broadcast to him. I hope he recovers well. I hope he feels better. So everyone wish Joe a speedy recovery. He watches usually on Facebook. Sometimes he tunes in on YouTube as well. So Joe, this broadcast is dedicated to you. We'll walk around and show some beautiful fall foliage. It's leaking even more. Trying to use napkins. And I got myself some. Everyone, thank you so much. BA says, I'm hungry now. So inside is a butterscotch ganache. Pardon, I usually don't do this. I lick my fingers, but these are extreme circumstances. It's a butterscotch ganache. It tastes light in a good way. It's kind of a very kind of light ganache. Ganache usually could be pretty heavy, but this one's very nice and light. And also, I love that you can taste all the layers. They continue the great quality of the cronut. The topping itself literally tastes like biting into a green apple. It is, you can taste the difference between, it's not a generic apple flavor. They actually use pure green apples to make this topping. That looks so ooey gooey delicious, says Deanna. Hey, are there any diets like intermittent fasting that you abide by? No, I don't intermittent fast. Just dive right in, says Mater. Yeah, sometimes you gotta just dive right in, even as all the squirting begins. That's amazing. Wow. I'll show you the name. Wow. That's a fall treat. So, do I recommend this month's flavor? I do. This month's flavor is really perfectly autumn in an unexpected way. Years prior, they've done pumpkin and they've done cranberry. And I love cranberry. That's one of the best things I think you can use. But I'm glad they went unexpected and did something that I couldn't really anticipate. So try this out. It's Dominique Ansel Bakery. I'll show you the box. Dominique Ansel Bakery. Dominique Ansel Bakery. It's a cronut. It says please eat within 6 to 8 hours of purchase. Don't refrigerate or heat, and stew in a cool, dry place. Very serious directions. Here's the address. They have a second address. Oh, this is LA. LA. They used to have a second shop, but it closed down, unfortunately. Home with the cronut. 2011. Oh, wow. Oh my God, it's been a while. Oh my God, it's been 10 years. Wow, time flies by. No, the bakery opened in 2011. The cronut started like a few years after that. Hey, nice packing, says Catherine. Yeah, they own the copyrights of the box. So sometimes you have these boxes that are complete rip-offs, but they own the copyright to it. Hey, never seen decorations on the donut box, says Deanna. This is a cronut, so it's a mixture of a croissant and a donut. Spring Street, good. Yes, it is. So who wants to walk around? Let me know. Marina says nice box. I agree. It is a nice box. Let's see where we can find some good fall foliage. And the cold brew. They actually did a good job with the cold brew. It used to be very bad. I used to never order the cold brew at this place, Dominique Ansel. But now it's pretty good. They seem to have gotten a better roaster. You can make a hat from that box. Indeed I can. Indeed I can. After that we'll need a walk, says Ron. All right, let's continue on. Let's hunt for some fall foliage. Let's go. So this little park on Spring Street between Spring and Broome is actually a really good spot right now. Look at how beautiful the trees are. Janina says I could use the box as a purse. Indeed you can. But let's go to this street over here. Let's see if there is some full foliage in Soho. And then we'll peek into, which I think will be a better bet, is West Village. Can you show us the bakery? Viorel? Yes, I can. Yeah, I'll stop by the bakery. It's 1 block away, so stay tuned. Inside, there's always bad service, so I can't do a video inside. I've tried many times. I was about to start from their backyard area, but unfortunately, they are under construction in the backyard. It is blue skies today. Yes, it is. Gabriela, nice to see you here. Hey, nomades, bienvenidos. Está bastante caliente, me imagino, en Argentina. Nomades, hello. It must be very hot in Argentina, I assume. It's summer. Or spring in Argentina, I guess. Hey, Panajotis, welcome. Look at that, the Freedom Tower. Hey, Mio, you're back. Yeah. I love this apartment building. It's so cool, these apartments. I usually don't like the style kind of brutalist, but they made it look nice. I think it's because of the checkered design that they have. Sunbeams. Yeah, there's sunbeams, Wendy. Yeah, today. It's a sunbeam kind of day. So judging by the color of these leaves already, I think peak Central Park time for walking will be within these next few days. So stay tuned. British says it's a very beautiful day today. Hey British, nice to see you here. Ronald says, admit it, we're house hunting. Indeed, Ronald. The multi-thousand episode house hunt continues. So I used to have a favorite coffee shop here, which I've actually featured last winter, but closed down and now it's a taqueria. Sullivan Taqueria. I gotta try these guys at some point. Amanda, this is Soho. Ron says, ooh, tacos. Yeah, it's nice to see new spots opening up. Still says seating. Yeah, a lot of places still have outdoor seating. Mustafa, salam alaikum from Iraq. Welcome. Nice to see you here, Mustafa. Hey, Susie. California burritos. Ooh, I would love a California burrito. My favorite. Red city areas are so cheerful, says Sil. Indeed they are, yeah. But Nedrot, this is Soho. Not London, but New York. Here it is, another. I love, some of these streets are so pretty. I mean, you had to ignore the trucks. If you took away the trucks and the garbage on the street, then it will be immaculate. You know, I kind of zone them out now. I've noticed because I've been taking a lot more photos recently and posting them on Instagram. And as I traveled around the world and came back to New York, I noticed on my photos, it's like, wait, there's like a garbage bag. And then I try to move to a different position and I still keep capturing garbage bags. It's hard to not capture a garbage bag because they're all thrown on the street. And I noticed that before I started traveling a lot, I just kind of ignored them. I didn't even realize that a lot of my photos have garbage bags in the center or in the middle or off to the corner or a truck. as well. So right over here is Dominic Ansel Bakery. This is Dominic Ansel. This is their main bakery. They've been here all the way since 2011. BA says, yes, I noticed them more since the pandemic. Yeah, I'm not sure why. Because New York hasn't really changed any policies, I think, with their garbage collection. But I do notice it more. This pizzeria over here, Ben's of Soho, has done some amazing job in their outdoor seating area. Let me show it to you. So this is a random pizzeria. I would not expect a pizzeria to do this type of outdoor seating, like typical pizzeria. It's not a restaurant or anything. They claim to have the best Sicilian. Look at the crazy outdoor seating area that they did. I am shocked. The vents are right here, and the smell of pizza is coming out. Wow. Zanina says, weather is amazing. It really is. But Jota says, yeah, nice outdoor seating area. Yeah. It's gorgeous.
I think what we were saying that
It was full just a little while ago. I'm surprised now it's empty. LAC says, setting up all those plants every day must be a pain for the staff. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm not sure if they're taking them down. Or, yeah, because taking them down, putting them back up is a lot of work. Luxury footwear. Hey, S Fields, nice to see you here. Hello, Busy Bee. Beautiful day today. I agree. I agree. Ooh, who wants some psychic counseling? Let me know. Live psychic reading. Amanda says, how do they pick up all the trash here with all the cars parked? That, I don't know. That's a great question. It's a bit sad. After going to so many European cities where there's no trash on the street because they have better services for it. They have huge garbage dumps. I'm not sure what they're called. Receptacles, huge receptacles. Or they do it underground. Or they have alleyways and put it in the back in large receptacles. Susie says, gather the rubbish as you go. You'll make a lot of money. It doesn't, not that much money, I think. I'll take any type of canceling. says counseling, says S Fields. Psychic or not? Okay, S Fields. I'm glad any counseling works for you. Let's walk through here. Marina says, "Oh, why not?" I thought you were live tomorrow. It was Thursday. Ethan, yeah, I decided to go live again, but I'll since I said I was doing something on Thursday, I'm still doing something tomorrow. Stay tuned. Ellen says, if one left their garbage heap in Ireland, the crows would have a field day. Yeah, I can imagine.
And again, so that should be interesting.
Don Julio, we are in a neighborhood called Soho. Visit Olive's, great chicken sandwich here. Favorite chicken sandwich of David Bowie, literally. Catherine says, admit it, you miss us. So yeah, I mentioned I was going live on Thursday instead. I ended up going live today. But Najota says, I haven't seen one receptacle for glass or plastic. So that's a great question, but Najota. They are in different bags. So the black bags are for all type of garbage, and the clear ones are for recycling. So here we have a lot of boxes and carton. You've been going live a lot since you declared your hatred for NYC, Robert. Robert, hatred is a kind of a strong word. Very strong word. How far is Soho from Central Park? That's a great question. Soho is about 50 to an hour walk. 50 minutes to an hour. Ron says you have a love-hate relationship with NYC. Again, strong words. Susie says, can you believe it? We're all talking rubbish. Seems to be a very big mode of topic today. Hey, my favorite pizza is for breakfast, says George. Ooh, what's your favorite pizza breakfast? That's interesting. Susie says, I appreciate every one of your lives from New York. I'm so glad you do, Susie. Ooh, it's pretty cold. This type of weather can be deceiving because if you're walking in the sun, it's good enough to just wear a shirt. But if you're walking in the shade, you'll need a sweater. Do people recycle in Manhattan, says Gary? They're supposed to. Do people do it? That's another question. By law, you're supposed to. Oh, they fixed this entire area. It used to be kind of bare in this area. They fixed the foliage and the benches. Sil says, a vlogger's block is what you were experiencing. Indeed, Sil, yeah, that is true. So yes, there is a vlogger's block, which is very similar to writer's block. The reason I'm going live a lot after saying I'm kind of done of doing New York City is because I said it. I admitted it. Kind of done with New York City. I kind of just let go of doing what I would say would be interesting New York City content. I kind of stopped trying. But that's not in a bad way. It's just sometimes you gotta do that as an artist. You're not depriving people of anything, because obviously I'm still showing up. So I think once you admit that you kind of are blocked, have no idea what else to do, and you kind of don't really want to work too hard to try to figure something out, it kind of just starts flowing a little bit easier. You kind of let go, just do whatever you want, and the good ideas start flowing again. So I've done that also in writing. In writing, I sometimes have no idea what else to write. If it's like a fictional tale, I kind of then just write anything. I just give my permission to write literally anything, no matter how crazy or stupid or boring it sounds. Just write anything. Show up. And then everything comes flowing out of you. So I think same thing with live video. For walkers, you might run out of things to cover in the city. So you just kind of let go. Say, all right, F it. I'm just going to do it whatever way I want to do it, no matter how boring, no matter how repetitive, no matter how uninteresting I might perceive other people to think it is. I'm just going to do it. And then fun ensues. And if you're a content creator, yes, this might mean that you get less views. And certainly in my case, I'm getting a little bit less views on the live videos, but that's okay. As a content creator, as basically anyone who does any type of job, you can't force yourself to go full steam all the time. It's not really sustainable. It's not really enjoyable. It's more enjoyable to sometimes take a little bit of kind of a break, a slowness. And yeah, that might mean a little bit less views in the moment, but then I'll pick up once again. So I hope that makes sense. Mighty Bull, thank you so much for a $3 super chat. What kind of gimbal do you have? DJI Osmo Mobile 4. Ambrose says, pace yourself. Susie says, can I read Facebook comments? Facebook comments are acting weird, so I'm so sorry, Facebookers. They're acting pretty weird. I'm only getting them in like bursts. They all pop up all together in bursts. So unfortunately, no, I'm not seeing it all the time. Sfield says, there's also such thing as overexposure. Yes, sometimes you just have to let absence make the heart grow fonder. Indeed you do. Thank you for not giving up, says Trish. I love your New York City walk, so I'm so glad you think so. Here's where I bought the postcards the other night, but this time we're gonna go to the backside of Greenwich Village. We're gonna get all up on that backside of Greenwich Village. Who's ready? So Facebookers, if you're tuning in, do feel free to watch on YT, Urbanist Exploring Cities, because there I can see your comments. Facebook is acting very weird in many areas. Luckily, I'm able to go live again, but I'm not able to see your comments. Am I still getting the stars? Yes, I'm getting all the stars and support from Facebook. That's still working. That hasn't stopped working. Just having issues with posting and seeing comments. T Money says, if you call yourself a real artist, artists never run out of ideas. T Money, I'm not sure what artists you know that are so infallible that they have ideas 100% of the time. Even the greatest artists who have ever lived, according to our version of history, have had many moments, countless moments in their lives where they've run out of ideas. It happens to everyone. If it happens to Picasso, it will happen to anyone else. No one's saved from that, and that's okay. I mean, if life was filled with constant barrage of ideas, you might be overwhelmed. It might not be a good thing. It might be more of a curse than a blessing to have constant ideas rushing into you. I know that because I think often about fiction stories, and they kind of come to me a lot, and I can't possibly write all of them, or I don't write all of them, and it's a little bit like Okay, this little park is nice. Armand, I'm doing well. Ricky says your videos are amazing. I'm so glad. It's a really cool park. Very full. A lot of people. Garbage bag. Ariel secretly yearns for another Big Apple donut, says Susie. Oh no, Susie. I know we have multiple Susies tuning in, but Susie NY. Bushwick Susie. No. That I do not. You should do a collab with Action Kit featuring Manny Explorers. I would love to collaborate again with both, but Manny in particular, because him being Puerto Rican, I'd love to show a little bit more Puerto Rican culture here in the city. All right, let's go to the back sides of Greenwich Village. Janina says, if you travel to Germany, what would be your first city? Oh, that's a great question. I have a good friend in Ulm, ULM. I really want to visit Ulm just to visit my friend, Yusuf, who sometimes tunes in. Shout out to him. Otherwise, on top of my list would be Berlin, just because it's a big city with a lot of history. But I have a feeling Germany would be very similar to Italy and Ireland in the way that the smaller cities probably have very cool stuff to see that a lot of people don't actually cover. Wendy says, exciting backsides. Yes, this is the best part of the city. I love this Marge. That's kind of Marge Simpson that has all the flowers. Very hippie. With the all-seeing eye necklace. Look at that. So Marge is a Freemason with a beaded necklace as well. So Marge is also a practicing Buddhist. So Freemason. Oh, there we go. We have another all-seeing eye. is a good look for Marge. Hey, Melody. Berlin is wonderful. Melody, thank you so much for tuning in here. Yeah, I'm definitely not seeing Facebook comments. I'm so sorry, Facebookers. Do feel free to go to YT, Urbanist Exploring Cities. Marge looks pretty good here. I like that look. Never knew that Marge was a Freemason. Here is old building for like a park building. It used to be bathrooms, if I recall correctly. So right over here, these bathrooms that were mutual for the people who lived in the neighborhood. This area of Greenwich Village used to be called South Village. Was an area filled with Italian immigrants. These Italians lived in very poor tenements all around, which were going to pass by those buildings. Some of those tenements did not have bathrooms inside. So people had to go to mutual bathrooms, especially when it came to taking a bath or a shower. They had to go to these bathrooms. So these are old remnants of that. They've been upgraded to be bathrooms for kids who go to the playground. Hey, Susan, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good appointment. Thank you so much. Oh, no wonder Marge. There's that hippie Marge. Street art right next to this beautiful store. I love this name of this bookstore. Unoppressive, non-imperialist bargain books. So who wants unoppressive, non-imperialist bargain books? I guess they are pretty anti-disestablishmentarian. Oh, that's a hard one to say. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. So Allen Ginsberg, famous beatnik writer from this area of the village, hung out with all the other famous writers. And this is an interesting book. Wait Till I'm Dead, Uncollected Poems. There's nobody here to talk to. San Francisco House, April 12, 55. Slam of Neil's car door outside, my shade at twilight. Great art learned in desolation. Empty another ashtray. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Here are all the beatniks, and sorry, there's construction happening here. And there's always a bookstore cat. I love that. So here is all the beatniks together. Beatniks were around the 40s, and they really kick-started. Late 30s, early 40s. And that's Allen Ginsberg right there with glasses. Let me know if you recognize anyone else. One of them are Jack Kerouac, definitely. Is that Osho on the cover? Osho, where's Osho? No, this is not Osho. He looks like he has the same beard as Osho, but no, that's Allen Ginsberg. They're laying out more books here. Hey, Susie says a turtleneck. Yep, that's why I wore a turtleneck based on the beatniks. Should have had that book for visual reference. Jean-Paul Sartre. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, and if anyone let me know. Sartre? Jean-Paul Sartre? Philosopher. bar. Hyde says, Howell was his most famous poem. It was indeed. Look at all the old photos. It's under construction right now. Ludo says, was that a secondhand store? It is, yeah. Secondhand books, yeah. Some construction happening here. This is a cool bar. I can't wait to check this out. Called Temperance. Old photos of Greenwich Village. I think it's already open. They're just like redoing the second part. So Temperance. I love the name as well. Temperance, you would think they're being temperate and it is a non-alcoholic bar, but no. It's a bar filled with a bunch of alcohol. It's a wine bar. I have 9 credits in philosophy. You'll never know it, says Susie. Oh, Susie, that's so cool. Philosophy is the best. What is this store? Native leather. Oh my god, that's scary. He's staring directly at my eyes. Oh. Susie says, I can't recall anything I've learned from your philosophy classes. I love these little restaurants. So beautiful. Oh, this is Jack's wife, Freda. Very famous for its brunch. So Susie has 9 credits on philosophy. Sorry, there's a straw. Because I'm drinking. And Susie says, I can't recall anything. But can any of us truly recall anything? Or are we always in the state of misremembrance? Susie, ask yourself that. Ooh, a beer tap room. Oh, I like beer. I like rooms. This is cool. Alexander says, hey, you're the best. Ambrose says, I'm just a reflection of myself. Indeed, Ambrose. Indeed we all are. Esriel says, oh no, don't make me think deeper on this Wednesday. We'll keep the philosophy to a minimum on this broadcast, don't worry. I keep seeing a lot of cycle lanes. Yeah, there's a lot of cyclist lanes now, yeah. They've been putting a lot more here. Robert says philosophy is best served cold. Like revenge, Robert? That's the famous line from Shakespeare, right? Used in Star Trek 5. Hey, Sil says, definitely philosophy is the best. I studied Sartre and many others. I majored in philosophy and it's difficult to remember all that you learn. Indeed, indeed. So, good morning, Fernando. Nice to see you here. I keep saying a lot of cycle lanes. We have cycle lanes, but you tend to share them with double-decker buses. Yeah, that's the crazy thing about the UK. Cycle lanes are shared with these gigantic buses. While, yes, cyclists, you can ride on the bus-only lanes. Bus-only lanes are only for the major avenues, generally in Midtown Manhattan. Here is Grey Dog. If you want like a really typical American brunch, breakfast, or even lunch as well, check out Grey Dog. I really like their selection. It's kind of super typical, not fancy at all, kind of more of a down-to-earth brunch place. Who's the philosopher that said, this is hell on earth? Oh, I'm not sure, Susie, then. So philosophy is best served in a coffee shop in the evening, says Sil. Indeed, that is a good way of serving up some philosophy. Hey, nomades! Line is more famous from Star Trek, I think, says Robert. Yeah, it is. It is. That's how more people know it. Hey, Lorraine, just switched from FB to YT. Welcome, Lorraine. Ah, I really like this place, Bandits, because it's a tiny little bar and they have a tiny little booth. And people could just sit outside or stand outside to drink. I like this little tiny little booth. Susie says, have we had lunch yet? Scottish Susie said that. That's a good question, Scottish Susie. Not yet. Let me show you inside. It's kind of cool looking. Ooh, old bar vibes in here. Look at that. Very well maintained. This is how bars look like back in the 1910s, 1920s, 1930s. Look at that. It looks like a bus stop, says Ludo. It does look, the booth outside does look like a bus stop, yeah. I like the floor, look at that. This is a place where Allen Ginsberg will hung out smoking cigarettes with Jack Kerouac, discussing the philosophy of life.
Yeah. Oh, man, money to our London as well.
Called Bandits, right here. Ah, so cool. Oh no, they have a more proper booth over here. Helen says not Helen, Nadine says, I heard that line in Kill Bill. Yes, Kill Bill refers to Star Trek in that context, not Shakespeare. I get all my wisdom from Yoda, says LaShawn. Well, man, try not. Do, young Padawan. The booths match the floor. Yeah, the booths do have the same flooring and pattern. Hey, Veronica. I just switched over. I asked if you can cycle sometimes on FB. Veronica, I don't like riding more bicycles. So no, you won't be seeing too much cycle content from me, but I could recommend Action Kid. He does a lot of cycle content. Action Kid. Okay, so let's see. There's better fall foliage transitioning into the West Village. Hey, someone left a super chat. Eddie Cano has left a generous super chat. Thank you so much for a $5 super chat. I appreciate you, Eddie Cano. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, this is a cool street right over here. Who likes cool streets? Let me know. No one, please. No, please, Ariel. Does it better walking and talking and thinking out loud, says Alexander. I appreciate the kind words, Alexander. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoy my walking, talking, and philosophizing as we walk the city streets of New York. Is it windy? It is windy. It's cold. Very, very cold. In these shadowy streets of New York. Lorraine says yes to cool streets. Lorraine, thank you so much for tuning in on YT. Sorry, Facebookers, if you're watching right now, I'm unable to see your comments. Facebook is being very weird. I think they're itching already to go into the metaverse. So feel free to watch on YT. Who wants to live on this street? Let me know. This is a great street. This is one of the great streets of New York. Yeah, it's called Morton Street. Morton. Susie says there's plenty of cool streets in Edinburgh. Oh, I have no doubt. I can't wait to go to Edinburgh. I'm curious, Susie. I might have asked this a few times. Sorry, I haven't read your comments yet. But for any Scots watching, how is visiting Scotland in the wintertime? Let me know. Is it worth it? Is there Christmas celebrations in December that might be worth seeing? Seems very calm. Oh yes, it's a crisp autumn afternoon. Hey, I'm so glad you're watching from Ireland, Ellen. Welcome. From Ireland. Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Kay has given a €10 super chat. I just had to update my messenger to Meta. Oh my god, they're already changing the name. So I think I mistakenly said before that they weren't changing the name of the platform, but I think they are. I think it might very well be called Meta. Nice walking and talking today. Yeah, we're transitioning. Mildred, thank you so much for the super chat, and Kay as well for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you, Mildred and Kay. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Hope all is well in Ireland. And Mildred, do remind me where you're tuning in from again. I'm so glad you're enjoying the walking and talking. Daniel says, so happy you decided not to stop your NYC vids. I'm glad, yeah. I stayed in New York, staying in New York this November. Thought I was able to travel, but a project that I'm working on has taken a little bit of a longer time. But I hope to show you something in December. Lydia from the train for my walking in the Seattle Marathon in 3 weeks. Oh, you're walking a marathon. Lydia's walking a marathon. That's so cool. I'm so glad I'm motivating you to go up and train. How long is a walking marathon? Is it a full 26 miles? That's amazing. Might be even longer. I think some walking marathons go into like 100 miles. So that's amazing. I'm so glad I'm motivating you to go up and walk. I'm from good old Jackson Heights. Jackson Heights might be another great neighborhood to see some fall foliage. So thank you so much for broadcast is better. Scotland is very cold, but people are friendly and enjoy drinking. Susie, Bushwick Susie says, I would go through a deep mourning if Ariel stopped his New York City lives. Oh no. Helen says, they're not changing FB as far as I know. You remind me of my brother, says Gary. Always so calm and always a lot of info. Yes, for Jackson Heights, yes. It's a great. S Fields, I see Gary's comment. Gary says, and fireworks above the castle, not forgetting the big group. Oh, that's really cool. Hey, Wendy Case is tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in, Wendy Case. Wendy's are coming back. So I've encountered this bad service before on this particular street. Wendy says, great to see you. Hey, Wendy. 2 Wendy's in the stream, says S Fields. I think the record of Wendy's we've had on the stream might be 5. I think we've had 5 Wendy's. There's 3 Wendy's that watch a lot. There's Wendy M. Thank you, Wendy M, for always tuning in. Wendy Case. There's a 3rd Wendy, which I think also has a C last name, if I recall correctly. And there were 2 more Wendy's one day. Wendy says, I don't watch a lot. Of course you don't, Wendy. No, barely, you barely watch, Wendy. Wendy watches, here and there. Oh my God. What is this? Look at this backyard. Wow. Elisa, always a pleasure spending time with you. Thank you so much for pronouncing my name correctly when I first joined. My pleasure, Elisa. Thank you so much for tuning in. Where are you tuning in from, Elisa? Do let us know. Helen says they're switching over to Christmas on Grafton Street. Yeah, there's no Thanksgiving outside of US and Canada. Canada has a Thanksgiving that's a little bit earlier. But what is the threshold for Christmas decorations in Europe, in Western Europe? Let me know. What is the threshold for Christmas decorations? All right, let's do our final stop. Let's have a final stop at the place to see a lot of foliage. The YouTube show says, this is a nice simulation. Yes, YouTube show. This is a pure CGI broadcast. Everything here is rendered in Unreal Engine 5. Peach says, I love bacon and pancakes. Ooh. Me too. I can go for a good bacon and pancakes. Where can I find one of those? Oh gosh, there's a city in Spain that puts them over in the summer, says S Fields. Oh, I heard about the Christmas in July. Susie says, last year you took the to see the foliage. I did show a Metro North. Was that Sleepy Hollow? No, I don't think I went to Sleepy Hollow. I went to somewhere else on the Metro North. Oh, I went to the Bronx. I went to northern part of the Bronx. That was in Christmas time. So here's St. Luke's in the Field. Kay says, I'm arriving the 5th of January. Will there be decorations up? Unfortunately, I think the chances of that are lower. Generally, decorations go down very quickly after Christmas. Sometimes they might take a day or 2 or 3, but after 1 week, there barely be any. So if you come here on the 5th, make sure that 5th, go already walking. All right, let me walk this way. Wendy says bench test. I have tested that bench before. You can refer to my previous broadcast. I forgot the score, but it was a pretty good score. It was among, I think it might have been an Uber bench. But too many people in there to do a bench test. It'll have to be a whispered bench test. Never trust someone with a walking cane and mumbling to themselves in a very angry manner. Alright, let me show this. Gary says bad news. The minimum height for the Edinburgh New Year's party is 5'3". You won't be not even very tall 5'2". That's very disappointing. All right, we'll end at the friend's house. Who wants to hang out with the friends from Friends? Who wants to hang out with Ross and Rachel? Ludo says a church. Yeah, that's an Episcopal church. Very beautiful church inside. But no, very little service when I walked inside before. Will you be televising the Macy's Day Parade? No, it probably won't be. I usually spend Thanksgiving with family. And Ania says, oh, I'm at the end of your show. Indeed you are. Ready for one last stop. The friend's house. Cue the clapping. Da, 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 da. Pop, 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 pop. Cue the song. I'll be there for you. Molly says, fall's my favorite season. I'm so glad. Yeah, fall is gorgeous. Gorgeous is fall, yeah. Susie says, I need to go back to work. Oh no, Susie, just don't go. Don't go, Susie. Susie, Scottish Susie says, sounds good. You'll need to wear your platform shoes. Then you'll be at least 6'3". Right here is the friend's house. Is this Gate Street again? Says Ania. No, we are close to Gate Street, about like a 5-minute walk away. But no, friend's house is located at Bedford Street and what's the intersecting street? Center Street. No. Bedford and Grove. It's located at Bedford and Grove. That's the intersection in the West Village. Susie said I'm off work tomorrow, so it's not all bad.
No, I was sitting on
It's cool.
left and I just saw it.
So they would have lived on the very top floor, the 6th floor. It's a walk up, so they always had to walk all the way up here. Now this is only the exterior. The interior was a set. The interior was not based on the building at all, because if you look at the building, it actually does not make too much sense for the apartment they lived in. A, the apartment that they lived in was gigantic, and B, it had a balcony in the back, which this one wouldn't have. Susie says, is it your friend's house? No, this is from the television show, Friends. Not my friend's house. This is the television show, Friends. No, I'm not showing the house of a random friend of mine. That'll be weird. Here's where my friend lives, everyone. Look, all the thousands of people online. This is where a friend of mine lives. This is his address. I cannot live in such a high walk up. Yeah, it'll be intense. Down below, there's a restaurant called Little Owl. Never been there before. I wonder if it's good. Mildred says, all those Friends. Yes, the TV show Friends. Ran for 10 seasons, sitcom. American sitcom, filmed mostly in LA, but takes place in New York. Right here, everyone. Yeah, same shot from the TV series. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in from West Village. As I mentioned, there's a lot of cool fall foliage here in West Village. Some streets in Soho, especially the southern part of Soho, you get some nice views. But stay tuned because we'll be going to the Mecca, so to speak, of fall foliage here in New York City. Stay tuned for Central Park at some point this week. We'll be going live tomorrow and then also on Saturday. I'll see you then. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. Keep being awesome and always keep on. How does it finish? Let us know in the comments. Keep on exploring, keep being awesome, and always Love your walks and talks, says Dicky. I'm so glad. LaShawn says night night. Thank you so much. And everyone, one more time, round of hearts to Joe. Joe, everyone send your good vibes to Joe. Joe watches a whole lot on Facebook and YouTube. I haven't seen him tune in for more than a week, and I recently learned that he needs some good round of hearts. Wish him a speedy recovery. You have a very speedy recovery. Do feel better. My heart. Keep being awesome and always keep. Bye-bye.